Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. And we got a lot accomplished in the last episode trying to escape from Riverside Institute, guys. We were able to connect all of the electrical cables to this weird apparatus. And we were also able to find the last missing wheel to the gas system. Now, I found out via a private message on Steam that these are our two ways of escape. We can either gas the place, or we can apparently electrocute the place. I was not told what happens when we pull the lever. So out of all the options that we have, while gassing the place does seem interesting, I definitely want to see what this does. So everything is maxed out.
What will happen if I increase the current to the limit?
Well, Pierce, we're about to find out.
That should draw the attention of the guards. I should hide.
Damn it. What's going on?
Where do we hide?
Is there somebody? I'll let Fuller know. You can bet he'll blame us.
Okay. Easy. This is probably not a good place to hide. Okay, walk around. Do your patrols, yes. This is probably bad. Yep, this is bad.
I'll go take a look.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hide here behind the corpse. What could go wrong? Ooh, a lot could go wrong. You don't see me. You just stare at the corpse, longingly, lovingly.
I saw something over there.
Easy there. Oh, you saw me, didn't you?
I'll go this way.
Yep, you found me.
You there.
Yep. Boo. Okay, well, the good news is...
That should draw the attention of the guards. I should hide.
Damn it. What's going on?
How about right here?
Is there somebody? Gotta let Fuller know. You can bet he'll blame us.
And then nice and cool. This way. There we go. That's what we needed to do. And we'll just calmly, carefully go through this door. Holy crap. Oh, it's the...
Doctor, is that you?
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go anywhere. It'll find me like it found me here. You're mistaken about the beast. Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
Unlocked answer.
You're Sanders, aren't you? I heard you from my cell. What did they do to you? What does Fuller want with you?
The doctor? You think it's the doctor who scares me? The doctor wants to heal me. But he's the one who's crazy. He wants to restore my sight. He wants to give me back my eyes. And yet I told him that I didn't want him. I do not want to see it anymore. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
I saw the traces of a revocation ritual in Sarah Hawkins' office. Is it connected to this curse?
She tried to correct her mistake, yes. She tried everything. but she failed. And that's what counts.
What's going on this island?
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. Don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
The T-Rex?
Sarah Hawkins' visitor. The Shambler.
Sanders,
Oh.
pull yourself together.
Without her, it's no longer possible to save me.
A dimensional shambler?
No!
Sanders!
Yeah, that's a dimensional shambler.
What the hell? Oh, God. I got it.
Okay. Time to leave.
This is insane.
What killed him?
Whew. Okay, we escaped. Now let's be a good investigator and see if there's anything else that we can glean from this. This is how mistakes are made. But maybe the Shambler is out? Yes, the Shambler is gone. Did it see me? Probably. And nothing else to look at. Okay. I think it's time to leave. Nice and calm now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy. Okay, wait, no, we gotta run through this. Is this the door out? Please let this be the door out. Nope. Oh, here we go.
Damn!
Yep.
The gas! Oh. My head.
Later. We need to move on.
It's okay, Bradley. Hawkins Mansion. Pierce woke up in an asylum, installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigned supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders. Before dying in full view of the detective, he accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torments. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decide to use Hawkins Mansion as a hideout. Oh, that's a good idea. Phalanges less so. Ew.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Do you, though? First, I think what you need is a level up. So we've got 8 character points available. Oh, man. Well, we're getting really close to the others. Let's go with, man, spot hidden or investigation or psychology. I'll tell you what. Let's go with investigation. That seems to be the key. And then we'll upgrade our spot hidden. Okay, good stuff. And I guess we could go ahead and throw our points in like that. And ooh, more mental trauma. Searching through the cellars of the Riverside Institute, Pierce entered a room that he first took for a morgue, but the advanced state of decay of the corpses that lay about the place quickly made him realize that he was wrong. Nothing could justify the presence of such a charnel house in a hospital. The putrid smell and the total absence of respect for human life, as witnessed by this room, profoundly shocked Pierce, costing him some of his sanity. Neat. The ritual? The death of Francis Sanders. We missed one? Yay! The weirdness of Francis Sanders' death went far beyond anything Pierce had ever seen. Lifted off his feet by an invisible force, the poor man's body was carried into the air before being thrown violently against the bars of his hiding place. Pierce, powerless, watched the limbs break and Sanders' body crumple to the ground. During long moments of agony, the detective saw nothing that could explain this event. Weakened by his wounds and the operations he could remember undergoing, Pierce begins to question his ability to tell the difference between reality and the nightmares that haunt him. Okay, sanity has been shaken. And where's Francis? Art dealer. That's where we remember the name. Francis Sanders knew Sarah Hawkins so well that he accused her of being the source of his suffering. The man gouged his own eyes out with his own hands and smeared the walls of his cell with esoteric symbols. He seemed to be obsessed with a shambler linked to Sarah Hawkins. He died before my eyes in circumstances that I cannot explain. Charles and Marie. Oh, they're having a conversation downstairs. Okay. Weird to be in this place during the day.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Okay. I see that you have alcohol. Or is there? Aha! Do we do it, though? Have a drink or don't have a drink? Oh, man. I don't know. Because it said that your destiny is changed during that first part of the game. I'm not sure. Let us have a chat with the allegedly departed Bradley.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Okay. Oh, we can't. No, we don't have enough cult for that. Let's talk to Bradley first. Hold the test psychology.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Yeah, you should be dead. I don't really need a high level of, anyway.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Unlocked answer? Okay.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Your bowels seem to be intact, which is good. Alright.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
At least we're not dealing with the Marsh family.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan, and I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
Okay, that was pretty much everything that we had available for her.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something.
Multiple times.
I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What Mr. Pierce saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
Yeah, we gotta be careful with Bradley here. The last time he decided to believe in anything, he got himself shanked. Provided that's actually Bradley, which I doubt it is.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Ooh. Well, let's be blunt.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Ooh. Well, right now, I actually agree with her.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
This will affect your destiny.
Well.
Awesome.
I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Hand games. Ooh, I like the melty sculpture. That's cool. That must be, Sarah, maybe? The piano. Have a drink or don't have a drink? You know what? I'm going to roll a d20. Evens have a drink. Odd don't. And is that a 3 or an 8? That is an 8. One for the road. And everyone's like, oh, Wretch, you're going to get the bad ending. I probably am. But it's Lovecraft, so it's okay. I think when you play a Lovecraft game, you have no fear of the bad ending. Oh, I want to see if is there anything else maybe we can find here in the light of the day. Always want to check that out just in case. We can actually get a better look at some of these paintings too. Oh, okay, that is a leave as well. Alright. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and, I guess, leave via this entrance. This will affect your destiny. Chapter 6, The Sanders Residence. Pierce, Colden, and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Sanders, an art collector and friend of the painter who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the Shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Well, it could have been worse. It could have been a Hound of Tindalos. That probably would have been more horrifying, but a dimensional Shambler's pretty bad.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Hi.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday. I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned.
That's probably
you,
for the best.
On the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Prudence. Psychology professional? Ooh. Okay. This is probably not going to go well.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
I panicked. Hold the test eloquence. Okay. I don't think our eloquence is that particularly high up, is it? Oh, I guess we're about to find out.
Mrs. Sanders, I understand your grief, and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater. I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it was not an accident? This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You, too, would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Okay. Let's go with the unlocked answer first, because this is the more interesting one.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Oh, I wanted to ask what Kat was doing here. Okay, well, we earned 2 more character points that we will throw into Spot Hidden. Oh, wait. Do you want to quit without validating your character points? No. I wonder, can you actually remove points? Nope, you're pretty much committed. Reset. Ah, alright. No, we'll call that good. Consult diary. Okay, we can play the piano. Oh, what a charming place. Can we talk to her anymore? Nope. And we have altered our destiny quite a few times, guys. I'm not exactly sure for the better either.
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of this interment, you signed a discharge, allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Wow. Letter of refusal. Okay, we got a lot to look at here. So I'll tell you what, guys. We will go ahead and end the episode here and see where we go. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.